That's a wacky lineup. As we just said, Rob, GW, and Steve.
Yeah. So for Squad Strike, starting Steve last is interesting. I guess it makes sense because that's like his strongest character. But Steve definitely benefits from the beginning load-in times with the because when you take your first stock, or whatever, if you take the stock of Steve, you have a lot of time to mine. And since nothing carries over, you might as well start early. And it's interesting. It is still not the worst position. It's Steve, but it could come into play a little bit later.
And what we're seeing here is a very different start because Chris is much more on the ball, not getting kind of run over by the fast character that is Fox McCloud. So immediately kind of answering back with good traction. And in fact, having a lead is just a very stark difference than what we saw in Beast versus Sunfish just 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to use a laser from the ledge. Just uses air dodge, but should be able to make it back.
Oh yeah, you're Rob. They got the fuel in the tank.
Gonna go in and try to chase. Wasn't the worst idea, honestly.
You got the read on it.
Yeah.
You knew where Beast was going, which says a lot. So Chris already kind of understanding where Beast wants to go, trying to throw out callouts, even though it didn't succeed there. Something you want to keep in mind for the rest of the game. And that's a back air from center stage, all you need.
Yeah, Fox a light character. Plus, that was like the last few frames of the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Fox frame one laser, frame one reflect, which is going to be really helpful whenever Chris tries throwing in a gyro, could just instantly knock it back. But up throw, no, gonna miss the laser.
I think Beast is starting to pick up on those neutral air dodges of Chris as well. You can kind of see in the way.
Oh, no jump.
That's not as well timed from Chris, but you've kind of got Chris in the back foot, or Beast in the back foot rather. But as I say that, Beast is the one to even up the stock count, shimmy on him, shake on him a little bit to get that mojo back.
So the Game & Watch coming out from Chris. Game & Watch is not the worst for building up damage. I feel like it's a bit harder to actually finish off stocks as Game & Watch.
That is it. It's so easy to rack a percentage. But honestly, in a way, Falco is too. If you don't really get your touch of death, sometimes you can be struggling to find a confirm at those higher percentages. But racking a percentage, name of the game.
Yeah, Game & Watch has always been a weird character in the meta as a whole. Because he's been, it started with, he's fine, till, wow, Meister is beating everybody with this. Now it's like, he's good. But we all know he's like broken, but he also kind of sucks at the same time in the current meta.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird situation. It doesn't matter how bad he is in the current meta, that up smash is consistent across it all.
Sometimes you just get the juiciest of callouts, and as I say that, speaking of juicy callouts, a smash attack in turn coming in from Beast, and this is an even game right here.
Yeah, and being against PT, especially Beast's PT, could be a big problem. I do know he has a lot of experience against Citadel and the other Steves in Philly, or I guess former Steves. I think they banned them there. But
recipes.
And also PT as a character is really good against Steve.
You got a lot of different tools at your disposal. 3 characters worth to keep in mind. So depending on what Beast really needs to pull out at a given time, you can switch between them. Oh,
and we got the Beast Zard online right now, which we've seen how hard this man can rob people.
Yes.
So Chris may need to start playing a little bit safer around the really risky options that he does, because Beast knows how to take full advantage.
If that was a forward smash, that actually would have been it straight up. That's the thing.
That's dead.
And that's dead. That's the Charizard back air. Sweet spot. And that's the thing. Everyone knows that usually PT players have a signature character. Beast handle is Beast Zard.
Yeah.
So my man knows how to use the Zard.
It's Apostle Squirtle, Quid Ivysaur, and Beast Charizard.
Tweak, I think, was a Squirtle player back when he was more dedicated to the craft of PT.
Apostle sweeps, I don't know what to tell you.
True, actually. Apostle kind of our goat. You might see him later today, folks.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see later today.
And Chris is maybe one of those people like me who just picks the same lineup no matter what, like the order is just the same as he selected it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just feel comfortable. I mean, neither of them have changed their layout for characters. Both of them, I mean, Beast because they won and comfortable in it. Chris, maybe it just doesn't matter. It's like, well, maybe I could just play better.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the lineup. The matchups weren't as important to me as maybe how I was playing. Make that adjustment.
And we're going to go to small battlefield, so I'm not going to give Beast as much space to move. And I do like this for just keeping close space while also you can move around pretty well to camp on these platforms, just due to how close they are. So it could be pretty easy for Chris to stay away while also camping in your face. He can camp in Beast's face pretty well, also forcing Beast to make these interesting approach options. Like it's Fox in there.
Pretty much. Have to play kind of unorthodox here. Amazing read from Chris, but again, not cinching it up just enough. And that's kind of a lot of the story here. We've seen a couple from both players, rather. But this is anyone's game right now at this percentage. A little bit more percent from either side, and it's a stock.
Using the gyro right now to keep his distance. It's a great tool to stop Foxes from just approaching there.
Yeah.
Because it clanks at first, and then it just hits because it's still an active hitbox. So being able to throw it into Fox's face screws over his approaching a little bit. That was a great Tomahawk. Not going to be able to get a kill off of it.
Not gonna kill, but it's still very clean. And he's running at Chris, trying to find something, maybe like an up smash. Oh, you needed something, yeah. Trying to find the up smash. Sometimes you need a little bit of connection there, maybe a little bit more percent, but full rage Fox. That's
he's dead, yeah.
Dead.
Chris starting to spam that nair a little bit too much, which I feel like with rage and the percent Fox is at, it probably would have killed.
Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't matter, right? They're going to be able to clean it up, which is great because we talked about it. Game Watch can have a little bit of a harder time killing, and you would definitely want to get a fresh stock on your opponent so you can rack up that damage that you need.
We're going to rack up damage. Falco combo coming in, only 30% right now, trying to throw out the reflector. Maybe looking for a bomb to scope out. Game Watch just like to do that disadvantage. Now it's Chris's turn to equal back as much percentage, if not a little bit more, to get that slight lead right now.
And it's going to be able to throw out the bear to cover his landing. Great bear coming out from Beast. The double F tilt from Chris is going to reset neutral a little bit.
Just throwing out the rogue smash attack just to keep Beast on his toes. Because, like, yeah, if you mess up, that is dead straight up. And the chair, not the hard hit, but still, that might be a little bit of a cleanup. That's a gimp, actually. Really smart stuff from Chris.
Yeah, going to trade with the uppy, and that's just going to push Beast even further down.
Okay, Beast is shimmying on him. Couldn't quite find the follow-up, but I'd be scared if I was Chris. Just tracking him down.
And the nair going to come out, going to be able to get, going to be able to continue the combo just a little bit. 48%.
Yeah, extra credit, really. Everything on the stock is extra credit. As long as you can close out with that, Steve, you can do whatever you want in this game and watch.
Yeah, and building up this damage. Okay, so the one is out. So if he gets a hammer, it's not going to be a 1.
It's true. More than 8 chance.
Could be a 9. Dead.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't space on that shield. Zard's got uppy with armor. Zard's got frame 6 up smash out of shield. And not afraid to just...
Wait. He got him!
Where's the tech?
And even if you tech to that situation, you're dead. And
yeah, because you can just follow up in that
if you get hit with dirt or wood, you can't tech the F smash. But if you the stone block, if it's stone or iron, it doesn't spawn on the first tech. So despawn on the first tech, so you can tech it again. And at that point, it's up to Steve to realize you teched his BS twice.
Who made the shenanigans character? Sakurai.
Hey man,
see me in my office.
We were in quarantine.
Yeah, we nobody to play test it with.
That's my favorite screenshot.
Played with his cats.
And they were winning.
And they were winning with Ganon.
We gotta give him some armored stuff to compete with the Ganon there.
And they come back and it's like, Sephiroth, nerf him. He can't have anything. He's the coolest character in the game. Can't give him anything. And Steve! Looks like changing out the order a little bit, or is this just a fun little trick for us, production?
See what are we doing? What are we doing?
Okay, yes. he did a sly little tricksies on us, making us think he'd change his order.
A little bit of a shenanigan, if you will.
Yeah. Chris does look like one who does shenanigan.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at his character cast.
Yeah, you can look at the character. You know, he's up to some Scooby-Doo hijinks on our character screen right now.
But going to Hollow, so we did see a counter pick for the first time. With the small battlefield coming out. But going to this stage makes sense because of the platform. Catching people teching on the platform as Fox and Falco is really not that hard. Yeah. You have a lot of options and the speed to cover, though.
And luckily you have the speed on characters like Fox to really do it. Falco a little bit tougher, but Fox can make it his ball game, that's for sure. Yeah,
a little bit less fast, but you also do have that up tilt, which covers a lot of space and can make it hard to land. And great roll coming out from Beast.
Quick little back air. Triple digits. What are we getting?
We're going to get a bear from Chris, going to send Beast off stage.
That would have been it, but...
Wait, that's going to be a stock. Late hit dash attack.
And the double taunt? The double? The power up from Beast right now, my goodness.
Just a lot of buttons being pressed from Chris at the moment.
That's a low shield, so you might as well get something going on. Probably hit him with something. But he's not getting hit by anything right now.
The up B out of shield, the classic. This is actually so good for... This is so good for Beast to be able to run around on those platforms. On that platform to get around the Game & Watch. because Game & Watch doesn't necessarily have the best base stats. So it's mostly just like his nair and his up air for juggling that can be a bit of a problem. But if you can get around that, such as mixing up how you land, it can be a bit easier. Also, dare into dare from Chris into Beast, and the platform to recover to. But you're still in the air now. How are you going to land? Oh, gonna get the dare. Gonna contest up smash and get the dare.
As Beast holds center stage, I'm really interested to see how he's capitalizing on it, because he kind of is. But the problem is, yeah, you can just see he's kind of dancing around the threat range of Chris right now, trying to find any sort of purchase. There's the confirmation. He waited so long to try to find that. And just sitting in that little perfect zone where it's hard for Chris to really find an attraction. But now it's the Steve game. There's some shenanigans going to happen here in a second.
Wait, he's dead.
Not getting the confirm.
Just going to mess up. Okay, up smash? Yeah.
That should do it. And now again,
Third
third time,
PT.
Pokemon Trainer versus Steve. How does it roll this time? We've seen it go 1-1 each way.
And going to get 55% off the up tilt. Oh, the change. The change in Pokemon going to get Beast out of that one, but still 66% on the board.
And you're just getting clobbered by the neutral tools that Steve brings to the table. You just can't get in. You can't really get to center stage either, which is tough. Yeah, now he's just stuck with TNT right there. He has to just back off, yeah.
This stage is a bit interesting for the Steve matchup because you see like the metal part, which is like, that platform and then the ring around the center circle. So that's iron terrain. Like you can only get iron from that. While the purple in the middle circle are stone. So it means that sometimes it will take longer to get diamond because you're running back and forth and it switches up which path you follow, since like it's getting materials is a set path with these cages depending on what.
Okay. He's just kind of going on his hair right now.
You're not going to be able to punish that right there.
He's just really good at those kind of like last hit scramble scenarios.
We're going to get the up tilt coming out. Oh, that should be the start?
No, that's the sweet spot. Can Beast finish this off? He's trying to play it safe. He wants to hold neutral. He doesn't want to bet it all on black here. He doesn't want to go for something crazy, but just trying to play the best game he can, avoiding every trick of the trade that Chris is throwing out here. That's a grab. The follow-up.
And that's in the up smash, calling out the...
That's best of 3? Winner's finals, best of 3?
It do be side eventing. I don't know what to
Okay, we do be side eventing. Whole thing's best of 3. My goodness. That was a lot more nail-biter than I thought. That was much more of a last-hit nail-biter scramble. I thought it was going to be best of 5. I was like, no matter what, they still got another game to get
mess around.
No, that is it.
But that was also really great composure from Chris at the end there, because it's a rage Charizard. And we saw how he lost that game 1.
Yes.
That grab also on the up smash was the best time that he could get because he didn't trade with the the first hit and he got it up beforehand. However, we are going to, I think I heard